the same story is being said across the board, is that Khamzat falls off, Khamzat's tired, Khamzat gasses. Like, so we can only assume that he's doing, especially because it's a 5-round fight, this fight, is that we can only assume that he's doing everything in his power to come in, you know, efficiently, pace himself, and he's going to be, you know, good for the entire 25 minutes.
Khamzat's skill is so high level, it makes me wonder. It's like there's some guys, like you see it in jiu-jitsu, there's some guys that look really good until they fight somebody who's really, really good. And then they get manhandled. You know, it's like everybody looks good until they face Gordon Ryan. Like Gordon Ryan can do that to anybody. Like, is Khamzat at that level? Well, it kind of appears that he is. It appears that he's, in terms of like the grappling that he possesses, seems magnitudes greater than anybody else in his division.
What he does, for me as a fighter myself, me as an already established champion, I look at him and I feel like I need to learn more with the grappling. I need to learn more with the attacks. I need to learn more with how to control someone and not let him move and play the game like he does.
Khamzat Chimaev really is somebody that you need to take seriously. He's somebody that, you know, garners attention for the right reasons. Knockout power, great jiu-jitsu, strong wrestling, and the man is a psychopath. Simple as that. He's a psychopath, but that's what I love. I don't want, when I'm watching people fight in a cage for a living, I don't care if they're psychotic. I don't care if they have a screw loose. I don't care if they're a little bit, you know, mental. And I think he might be.
Chimaev fights very careless. He fights, you know, he fights so reckless. It's very entertaining for the fans. I'm not knocking that because I enjoy it. I enjoy the shit out of it. When I know he's got a fight coming up, I'm tuning in because I enjoy watching him fight.
That's right.
There's something about him that makes people want to watch him fight. It's his aggressiveness, his carelessness, his recklessness, all those things. The way he talks trash, very Khabib-ish, but Khabib had more respect. But he has, you know, but he's still fun. He's fun to watch fight.
I don't mind if I lose, man. So I'm the human. I can lose. Everything can happen. But fight is a fight. It's a funny thing for me to do in my life, you know. So I'm happy in the cage. If somebody punch me, if I punch them, I'm bleeding, you know. So that's the war for me, and I feel me like all time, you know, like when the people are killing each other. So I like to be the war, you know, always.
The biggest fear a combat athlete has when he's in the locker room prior to the match, any sport, wrestling, judo, boxing, in this case, MMA, the biggest fear is exhaustion. It's not the outcome not going their way. And when you have somebody like Chimaev who's aware that he can get tired, he's no longer naive to the fact and simply doesn't care. He embraces it.
It's scary as hell, bro. Like I said, if I was at that weight class, like, I don't know what I'm doing, bro, because nah, son. Nah, I was talking to Ode. I was like, man, I would need to be just as good as I am grappling now at that weight. Otherwise, I'm not fighting that guy.
You got to admit, he brings an excitement to that weight class that really hasn't been around for very long, you know, very much. You had Anderson Silva dominating the weight class for a long time. There was a ton of excitement over him. Then Izzy was kind of dominating it, and you kind of got that. He's the next guy. I'm not trying to take anything away from Sean or DDP or any of them. You know, great fighters, but don't have that exact aura.
Khamzat Chimaev is going to be the champion one way or another. That is a given. I literally spoke to him about 5 hours ago before. He was shouting down the phone at me because I never came to fight. So, and then he was asking for to get some winter clothes because he knows Liverpool has fashion. But he is going to be the champion 100 million%. In fact, I'm gonna probably do a bet now on the site for him to be champion.
I think he's a good fighter, and I think he's got a great headspace for the craft, and he knows what he does well, and he goes out there with undoubted confidence in what he can do. And I guess, you know, that makes a very dangerous recipe.
Yeah, I think so. I think just that first round type of crazy onslaught that he brings to the table and the pressure that he brings early in a fight is very, very difficult, where it might not be the highest caliber as far as pedigree and what we've seen from a fighter so far. I mean, you know, you got Whittakers and people like that he's been able to beat and get through.
I just don't believe that he has been the same since he had COVID. His lungs, I think, are fucked up. I think his conditioning and cardio, sure, he's been fighting at a good pace, but there's no way a guy coming from 170, Kamaru Usman, should have came up and given you that type of fight in the third round. You won the third round when you had a full camp. I just believe there's some underlying issues that he just hasn't been able to figure out.
And Khamzat's gonna do Khamzat. Khamzat's gonna come in there. He's pedal to the metal off start. He's gonna get that takedown or try to get that takedown. Speaking of freaking takedown, we're gonna talk about that. You know, he's gonna come in there and get a takedown, and if you can survive, you might have a chance. But if you can't survive, then I think that's where things go wrong.
Stopping that first takedown is so crazy. That the way he shoots in that first shot is crazy. How do you stop that dude? Jump over him. Like,
someone commented that last week. Why don't you just jump over him? It's not that easy.
Yeah, dude, if I saw it coming, I would have. Like, he's not a hurdle. Like,
to be on your back against Chimaev is a nightmare for anyone in that division. And that's the thing. It's like whether he decides to stay on the feet or decides to grapple you, he's exciting to watch. He's nonstop trying to destroy you. And I don't know a whole lot of people that can crush someone's teeth or jaw with the rear naked choke. It's like, oh, well, he's trying to choke you. Just protect your chin, protect your neck, just like drop your chin. Okay, do that against Chimaev. You're going to get your, teeth literally caved in.
Khamzat Chimaev is incredible. He's exciting. He's a finisher of the highest degree. He's all out aggression. He's a character. I love everything about Khamzat Chimaev, but we can't ignore the fact that the two fights that he hasn't finished were decisions against Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman. And in those fights, he started to slow down. And that's what allowed Kamaru and Gilbert to come back in. This is a 5-round fight. We've never seen him go 5 rounds.
Is Khamzat going to be able to take me down? Absolutely. Absolutely, he'll be able to take me down. This is how a fight works. I would hope so. Isn't he like some Swedish champion or something? I would hope he could take me down. But then he has to deal with me on the ground, and he has to keep me there. Can I take Khamzat down? Absolutely. Am I going to take Khamzat down? Absolutely. I'm not scared of Khamzat wrestling. I'm not evading. I'm not trying to stay off the ground with Khamzat. That's the mistake everybody makes.
My appetite for a Dricus Du Plessis Khamzat Chimaev middleweight championship fight is healthier than maybe for any mixed martial arts contest of my lifetime, because I have no idea what is going to happen, but just the overall strength and will. And bro, like, can I just not call that fight and just lay back in the cut? I mean, I am so excited about Chimaev, I don't even know what to say.
It's fun to watch. It's always fun whenever these guys start to really make themselves who you know they're going to be or who you expect them to be. Because a lot of times, Shell, people come in with hype and they don't live up to it. Right now in the UFC, we're very lucky, right? Topuria had hype, he became a champ. Chimaev had hype, he's still doing his thing. Paddy Pimblett had hype, he's getting better as time goes on. The organization is in a great place right now in terms of having young fighters that seem to have the ability to fight not only at the top of their division, but ultimately get all the way to a championship or get themselves championship opportunities.
Dana White and humbly myself and many other people have been saying, Ken Flo, really since 2020, that we have absolutely no point of comparison when it comes to Khamzat Chimaev. And that is everything, just the electricity and the energy that he brings to an arena, even in a subdued nature here. He starts walking out, dude, the sports fan in me, I'm effectively freaking out. And yet I have a microphone and I have to figure this thing out, right? So saying nothing of the in-competition stuff, the ultimate competitor, he just, to me, brings so much energy to this MMA space.